They're coming to get you, Barbara.
You've got to get out of here before it's too late! For God's sake!
They're coming for me now. And then they'll come for you.
It's going. Okay.
I like that one. It's very
Wait,
deep.
what?
Her snot.
Oh, I was like, what is that noise?
What?
All right. This is Blood, Tits, and Gore presents 3 girls, no guy, and shark attacks. Ooh, killer sharks.
Yeah.
Go sharks.
Dun-dun-dun.
Deep blue sharks.
They do need to be protected. Let me start there.
Okay, yeah. Protected sharks. All sorts of sharks. We got naked
scary,
sharks.
but
We got
we
hairy
need 'em.
sharks. I am your host, Brooke, with my co-hosts.
I'm Sam.
I'm Tina.
All right. Pony is out sick, nursing the flu, or maybe a shark. We don't know. But I don't know if you guessed it by the fact that we keep talking about sharks and said shark attacks, but we are going to be talking about sharks today. And it's not even Shark Week. Like, how amazing is that?
But I think every week Shark Week.
Yeah.
For someone.
For someone. I was...
Also, when is it? It's springtime.
I don't fucking know when it is. I'm not one of those people. I did get really bummed when I saw that like on average less than 5 shark attacks, like less than 5 like people die from shark attacks a year. I was really hoping it would be a lot heavier, a lot higher.
They're misunderstood.
They're just misunderstood. They're big, cuddly, slimy babies.
I watched a show that said they are like the puppies of the ocean because this dude was like a researcher, and he would go up and like scratch their bellies, and they would come to him to get their bellies scratched. Fucking crazy.
You know, I did look up shark facts, and apparently there's something like over 400 and something sharks that we know about, like types of sharks, and only 4 are considered legitimately dangerous to humans.
I bet it's the tiger shark.
Okay,
And
Sam.
I love, dude, I fucking love
I like
sharks.
it. Keep going.
I don't think great whites are aggressive, but like mako sharks, fuck. I wouldn't know what the other ones are. Nurse sharks aren't. Hammerheads, maybe.
There's these ones in Shark Night, which I unfortunately had to watch. I mean, okay, it's fun. I assume that if you saw it in 3D, it would be kind of fun, but there was like no gore in it, and it was just kind of dumb. But they have like cookie cutter sharks in them. Have you heard of cookie cutter sharks?
Yeah.
They take like cookie cutter
It's like
bites
a
out of you.
chunk.
It's like they almost look like eel fish things, and they like put their lips onto you, their fish lips, and then their teeth just come out and bite you. It's almost like a friggin' xenomorph, like the xenomorph mouth thing inside that comes out and is just like and takes a bite.
Wow.
But they're not particularly aggressive to humans. There have been like times where they've seen that there have been bites on the humans, or people will just be missing little chunks of skin, and they're like, what the fuck?
I mean, that's not the most awful thing if
Right.
they just get out and they're
Yeah,
like,
they
oh, I'm
just
missing
kind of, like,
some skin.
Oh,
And
I
took
know.
a little plug.
Let's continue. So what did we watch? What did we watch this week? We watched Deep Blue Sea because Sam is fucking obsessed.
Good, because it's so good. And I watched it at the same time I watched Lake Placid for the first time. And like, it's fucking good, but it's wacky.
Yeah, it's
It's so wacky.
I like to think of it as one of the many movies that we see where Samuel L. Jackson smokes and then gets eaten by something.
Yeah.
Because that also happens in Jurassic Park.
He's like the same role.
Yeah, he basically is.
It's so good though. Well, you watched this.
I did watch it. It was great.
Had you seen it before?
Yeah, I think the last time I watched it, that was like maybe like 8 years ago or something. I don't know.
It doesn't hold up.
It doesn't?
Actually, I mean, it looked great. I mean, for what it was, certain parts, I will say though, there were times where the shark would come swimming through, and I was like, that looks a little off.
It's like bigger. There's one scene where they shoot from overhead and it's like as big as a fucking cruise ship. And I'm like, you guys, we just saw it standing next to a dude and it was not that big.
Very
you
true.
cannot do that. But
Favorite, though, was LL Cool J.
yes.
Oh,
When
yeah,
he's
yeah,
the
yeah,
bird. The bird. I love when I don't love, but when he's trying to avoid the shark in the kitchen and his bird goes and lands on a little pot and he tries to save it and the shark eats his bird and then he
that's
gets
a
really
vindictive
pissed
shark.
and he has to try to kill the shark.
I would be
Yeah.
pissed if somebody ate my bird.
Well,
if I
then
had a
doesn't the
bird.
shark try to cook him in the oven?
Yes.
That's
also, very what the
Wait,
fuck moment.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Hold on. I
Yes.
haven't watched this in a really long time.
Okay.
What?
Let me tell you. LL was in the kitchen seeking shelter away from the shark. And the shark comes in, of course. I mean, they're just
Like floats in because it floods, right?
Yeah.
The whole place.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh,
And
their lair is fucking cool, though.
very cool.
Okay, sorry.
Layers,
I like this
layers
movie.
have to be cool. They have to either be cool or creepy.
Oh,
if
it's
they're
so
not one of
cool.
those, then you're fucking doing it
And
wrong.
it's
like
a
a
little bit of
room.
both. Yeah, it's great. He hides in the oven, and in my head, I'm like, oh boy, this like smart shark's gonna cook him. What? But and then
It
he does.
Twist.
That's okay. That's a bit absurd because, like, if I had never seen an oven
You'd
before,
be like, how the
I
fuck?
wouldn't. I'd be like, he's in this weird little box. I would.
And then you'd be like, yeah.
I feel like I would
Shoot.
just open the oven, maybe.
Well,
yeah.
I mean,
Well, doesn't he try to ram it a couple times?
yeah,
Sharks tend to do.
yeah.
They're rammers.
Ramen. LL survives. Well, yeah, he does survive.
Uh-huh.
all the
Well,
way
him
through.
and the blonde girl, right?
No,
No.
Tom Jane is a blonde man. He's handsome, though.
He is very.
So.
Well, and there's a blonde girl. She's on the cover.
Yeah, she dies.
She dies.
Yeah, everyone dies.
God, I do not wait.
Only LL and Tom Jane live.
Yeah.
God, I haven't seen
Because
this
the
movie
British
in
girl
so
gets to the end, but then she
long.
cuts herself, and you're like, I don't fucking care.
Wait,
'cause she's so annoying.
Honestly,
Wait,
she
killed herself?
tried to she tried to have a hero moment.
And if yeah,
She like cut her hand open trying to distract the shark, and then she jumps in the middle of like the water, like instead of just like dabbing your hand in for a little distraction, she jumps in.
that's what I remember.
And then it comes and fucking eats her. Well,
as they do.
well,
They tend-
I
they tend
don't
to
really
do
know
that.
what she was expecting to happen, but it happened.
Didn't it end with them still in the middle of the fucking ocean? Because they kill the shark, and then I feel like
Yes.
they're sitting on this little bit of the building that didn't sink.
Yes.
And you're like, okay, great. There's still miles between you and anything else, and there's a lot of other sharks.
Well, yeah, that was the last question LL asked. He said, "Are you sure there was only 3 sharks?" And he says,
Oh, 'cause-
"Yes." But then right when he says that, he like pulls his feet out of the water and gets like fully out of the water. But then a ship comes for them.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
So they're I
Like,
mean, they're not
a
out
shark
of,
couldn't
not-
kill the ship.
yeah, they're not
Yeah.
necessarily safe. I don't know. I guess
Because the shark did destroy the entire fucking facility, which seems a little.
Very true.
It was 3 sharks. I forgot that part.
Well, if the shark's like the size of a cruise ship, I imagine it can probably like
it was a lot of different.
take out a
sizes.
lot of stuff. Do you know? Okay, you know the movie I watched Shark Night 3D, which I don't know how I didn't see this in the theater.
What year did this come out?
2011. It was like riding on the coattails of Piranha 3D, which is actually fucking good.
I've heard that.
interesting.
Have you guys not seen Piranha 3D?
No.
Oh my god, I saw it in 3D. It's amazeballs. But the animatronic sharks were built by the same people for Shark Night as they were for Deep Blue Sea.
Cool.
It's like Edge Innovations or something. They made them very specific. Each shark has its own specific internal shit going on because, you know, there's a huge difference between killer sharks and very intelligent sharks.
Ooh,
But yeah.
good to know.
That's
Oh,
always
God.
interesting to me too.
I-
Is like the animatronic factor. The movie I watched, The Reef, and they only use footage of real sharks.
I don't even know who's in the reef.
People I don't know. It was like 4 people I had no idea. But they were in Australia. Anyways,
I'm
yeah, like
remembering the
animatronic
cover.
versus real. Interesting.
I remember
and
the
it's
cover, and I
CG.
remember skipping over it several times because.
It was good actually. I enjoyed it.
But you know what I didn't skip over? Sand sharks, and you know how many minutes I made into it? 10.
What's that?
It's awful.
Like Tremors
It's
with
awful.
sharks?
Like sci-fi is sci-fi original like make it in a day movies are better. It was so bad. It's
Damn.
like sharks that come out of the sand. I don't know. I couldn't watch it, but there's like this guy who shows up and he wants to throw a really rad party, and his dad is like mayor of the town or something, and it's real bad. It was so bad. I was trying to do stuff at like in the dispensary at my school, and it was just like, fill in shampoos, and it was like, I'm gonna watch this real shitty movie, and write down some cool stuff. There's gonna be great gore moments, and then I was like, whoa, I was wrong. This is terrible, and I had to turn it off. It was bad. Like,
It must have been really bad
Man,
if
'cause,
you did.
yeah,
Well,
like,
but
I
then I watched all of not Ghost Shark. I had already seen Ghost Shark.
Sharknado?
No. Oh my God, Sharknado. I watched the rest of Shark Night, which was way better. I was able to sit through that. And they had like the hot dude from, have you guys watched Schitt's Creek?
No.
Yes.
The hot doctor who dates her, who dates the sister?
Yes, I can't think of what his
I
face
can't
is.
either. Well, now I can think of his face because I saw it earlier. But I can't remember his name. But
look at him.
wait, so what happens in the Reef? Did you watch the whole movie?
Yeah, it was good. It was this dude who his job was to like deliver yachts and various boats to people who had purchased them, like if they're across fucking seas or whatever. So he goes with his best friend and his girlfriend and then his best friend's sister, and he's like, come with me on this thing, it'll be a couple of days, we'll get to sail, we just drop the yacht off, whatever. So they're doing
Just
that.
drop the yacht off.
Yeah, and then they like hit a reef because they want to go snorkeling at this island, run into a reef, shit gets all fucked up and the boat flips. So then it's them four, and then they had like a skipper or whatever helping him drive the fucking boat. And so they're all sitting on top of the overturned hull of the boat, and the four of them decide to try to swim to safety because they're like, we're getting pulled out farther and farther, and we know there's an island 10 miles away, and like the longer we wait, the further we're gonna get from that. We're not gonna be able to swim. We can only survive so long without water, whatever. So then the four of them swim off, and then this shark is essentially like stalking them and just kind of picks them off one by one. And it was really good, and like they used, nothing was over the top, and it wasn't like this shark had like wanted to get revenge against them. It was just a fucking shark trying to eat, and it was
hungry?
good. Yeah, it was good.
Did he have
I
all
really
of
liked
them?
it. He did. One girl made it to these little rocks, and then it ended and was like, she got picked up a day later. But there was like the two of them, and they were kind of in love, whatever. And
of course they were.
he is like, it's at the fucking end. The shark's chasing them to this like thing, and they're right there, and he's like shoving her up on the little outcropping of rocks, and he takes like 45 fucking seconds, and she can't lift herself up, and then he literally gets eaten when he can see like he's about to crawl up on the shore. And I was like, bitch, your upper body strength is terrible, and your friend's dead now.
Great.
But
Awful.
I enjoyed it. I really did. It was well done, and like for a shark movie that I thought was going to be trash, I liked it, and I like sharks.
Good.
Yeah, there was only one scene where I was like, oh, that was on, someone made that on their computer. But everything else was real shark footage, and it fucking looked cool.
That sounds pretty awesome.
It was. I really liked it.
I think it gets really intense for me when like the toes are dangling and they're like so close to being out of the water. They're 95% out, and you're like, yeah, we're good.
And then they're not.
That's it. And
sure.
it's like that half a second. You should have been fucking quicker.
I know. That's exactly what the end was. Where it was like, dude, you were trying to shove her out of the water for a whole minute, and you could have just been like, sorry, figure it out. I'm getting on here. Like, shit was just over. It was silly. But I liked the rest of it.
Very good.
And
So
then
there's just one shark then.
just one shark, and he's a great white, but they called him a white pointer, which I'd never
always
heard.
Great whites. Well, there's apparently like what was it saying? I wrote this down. A new species of shark, skate, or ray is identified every 2 weeks, approximately.
Wow.
Well, because like the
So I
ocean
mean,
is
who
so
knows? It could
undiscovered.
be in any shark.
Well, it was a great white. They just apparently like in different places they call it different names. I looked it up because I was like, what the did you make up a fucking shark for your movie? That's
If you discovered a shark, what would you name it?
oh god.
Definitely
That's
would
a lot
have
of
to like be
pressure.
based off of some sort of its characteristics.
Not like Mr. Sharkity Sharkerson.
I did name my fish Mr. Giggles.
Mr. Giggle.
Mr. Giggles? Oh god, if it was like a shark that particularly liked to kill humans and you named it Mr. Giggles. What kind of shark is that? It's a Mr. Giggles shark. Nobody's laughing when he's around. Like,
Dun-dun-dun.
Yeah.
that's
Oh,
really
the other day I kept going, what's that, drum noise that is, that's it, and chimes. Like, oh, we're hitting the chimes. Ding.
Chimes?
We were trying to
Yeah,
figure it out.
I couldn't figure it out.
I love that.
Dun-dun-dun.
Well, speaking of bad movies, well, I guess there's going to be people who think Shark Night's good, but it's PG-13, so there's like no gore, there's no titties, like nothing's fucking happening.
So who's gonna think it's good?
I don't know, children. Like
Okay.
why would you make a movie
the
about?
premise, though?
The premise is like, okay, let's start from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
They're just some college undergraduates who want to go to a saltwater lake, as we do. And I don't know why I said we. I'm not an undergraduate. But they decide to go to their friend. I don't even fucking remember her name. Maybe it was
Where are
Kelly.
saltwater lakes?
I don't know. Around. But they go
Salt Lake
to this lake,
That's probably
and
too much salt. They'll die.
they go to the lake, and they're just gonna have fun. And it turns out it's like a redneck community, because they all are, and she knows all the rednecks 'cause she's from there. And she starts out like driving her speedboat real fast to get to the lake cabin, and the cops are chasing her, and now everybody's freaking the fuck out. And then it turns out it's like the fucking sheriff is like, haha, Kelly, you beat me this time. And it's like that actor who's from Grounded for Life, who was like the dad. I can't remember what else he's in. But, so they decide to go drive the speedboat, and one of the guys who's like a football player is doing crazy tricks on his surfing thing. I say a lot. Oops, who cares? Anywho, he is doing all these tricks, and then all of a sudden he falls in the water, and he's like, oh guys, something's attacking the surfboard. And they're just like, oh ha I think his name's Malik. It's Malik. And he gets his arm bitten off, and then they're like freaking out, and then they realize there's sharks out there, and then people die in really boring ways, except for Catherine McPhee, who you might remember from American Idol and some other random things. I don't even know if she's like considered famous anymore, but she actually gets eaten by cookie cutter sharks, because as it turns out, the rednecks, in some crazy weird revenge thing, revenge and money-making scheme, have put several different types of sharks into this saltwater lake. Yes, because there's sharks in a saltwater lake that they put there because they were inspired by Shark Week and Faces of Death, and they hope to become famous. Ooh. So they film sharks attacking people so that they can become all rich and famous, and they're very redneck.
Have you guys ever Googled shark attacks, or like on YouTube?
Oh, absolutely.
There's only one that I could find that was like a good one, where she was, I mean, it was like hard to watch, but where they're out like kayaking in the middle of the water, and you see this fucking girl swimming, you see this massive shark behind her, and it just like takes a chomp out of her leg. But then they talk to the girl after, and she's like, honestly, like, it felt like a puppy biting at my leg, because their teeth are so fucking sharp that it just like
but you don't like
through
feel
her
yeah.
shit. And it just like, she's fine. I think she maybe lost her leg or something, but she lived, obviously. But like, fuck no. I think sharks are the coolest, but no.
Well, I know there's one guy who got attacked by a shark. It's like a famous story. I do not remember his name, and I'm not going to look it up right now. But he was attacked by a shark, and the shark basically grabbed a hold of his back skin and pulled him so hard it almost ripped all the skin off of his back.
Okay, that's terrifying.
Yeah.
Dude, they're so strong. And like, but that's like the innately scary thing about sharks, is like, you're in their domain, and no matter what you do, you're fucked. Like, they are the apex predator in water, and you are not meant to be there. And it's like, they're going to fuck you up.
Well, but
so
like
bad.
a lot of them are, I don't want to say friendly sharks, but they just don't really give a shit about humans. I did read something that was like craziest things to find inside of a shark. Like, people saying, oh, what have you found? What's the craziest thing you found inside of a shark? And one of the comments was odd shoes, and I was just like, what made the shoes odd? Like was it shoes being in there that wasn't slightly odd, or were they like clown shoes? Like what kind of shoes were they?
Interesting.
Very.
Yeah. Well, Shark Night actually, I want to say, I feel like it featured the most sharks probably that any movie has featured that wasn't a documentary or an informative movie, because it had bull sharks, cookie cutter sharks, hammerhead sharks, great white sharks, sand tiger sharks, maybe more. I don't know. I stopped paying attention at some points. But yeah, no, there's a point where I thought he said there were 46 sharks in the water, but I guess he might have said that they had already killed 46 people by shark attacks. I'm not sure. The main redneck is the hot guy, like the football player from the OC, like Luke.
I did look at the cast. There's a pretty good looking cast in that film.
Yeah, no, the main guy who's like, he's pre-med, but he can doctor a arm being completely ripped off. So, our pre-med students are doing well out there.
Very
but
good.
yeah, no, so when they kill Catherine McPhee, there's like the whole, redneck being like super rapey thing where he's like, oh, blah, 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 titties, blah, blah, blah. And then they like throw her into a, like, almost like a net. So she's trapped in this net, and then they release the cookie cutter sharks in them. And it's almost like they were copying Piranha 3D. These things just start going snap, 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 snap. And they're just watching on like a little TV, like, being like, oh, that's really funny. Oh my God. And the little watcher, well, that one's over. And, it's so stupid. Because, like, cookie cutter sharks, they're a species of small dogfish shark. And they're only, like, at the most, like, 56 centimeters in length. And they're weird cylinder looking things with a blunt snout and, eyes, and, they have fins and shit, but they're pretty small. Like, they're not anything to write home about, but when they kill their prey, I don't think it's even so much their prey as much as it is an attack, because they tend to eat smaller fish. They gouge, like, plugs, basically, out of people. So I guess her death was kind of fun. How cute this is. But they're not highly dangerous. Did you look up the sharks?
Yeah, no, I'm looking.
Cute.
It's
making cookies.
Okay.
I would not say that's cute though. This is like
That's not cute.
a very
They're
scared
cute,
penis
but
or
that
something.
looks like it's dead. They look cute when they're alive.
Yeah, I
There's
think
like a
most
little-
things look good when they're alive.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be around with these guys. No offense.
One guy's trying to run away on a wave runner, and he gets eaten by a great white that jumps out of the water out of the blue, and which I assume was made for the 3D thing, because for watching it for me, I was just like, okay. But jumps out and just eats him off the wave runner, and the wave runner silently just goes across the water, and without anybody on it, as they do. But there's one point where, like, when the guy's about to leave, he turns around and looks at the girl, and he's like, how fast is your wave runner? And I was like, that was the douchiest thing I've ever heard.
That's great.
Yeah, I don't understand how the film was not gory.
It wasn't. It really wasn't.
I'm looking at the teeth on these things.
No, it really wasn't, because it was PG-13.
It literally looks like the angriest penis I've ever seen in my life.
It does look like an angry penis.
Well, look at the little holes they leave in things. That's cool.
That's
If you're near a computer or holding onto your phone, which you probably are, because we all are, look up cookie cutter sharks. They're kind of scary looking, but apparently they're not highly dangerous, and they just hang out in schools of sharks. It's just a bunch of buddies just swimming around, like eating smaller fish and shit like that.
Hanging in school, doing their thing.
Yeah, well, Shark Night 3D was the first 3D shark movie since Jaws 3D, which, not good, right? I don't even remember. What was
is
Jaws?
that?
What?
Is Jaws played in 3D?
That's a really good question.
No, I think it's just a really shitty movie.
I typed Jaws 3R, so it's got 11%. Oh, it's Jaws 3D.
Oh, okay, then yeah, it was really fucking terrible. I was like, I feel like this is bad.
Yes, I watched it.
Ugh.
It's bad.
Yeah, no, it's like real bad. But the director of Shark Night was actually also the director of the Final Destination 2, and Snakes on a Plane, which brings us back to friggin' Deep Blue Sea. Because I was like, Samuel L. Jackson Snakes on a Plane.
Can I tell
It's like we're playing that Kevin Bacon game.
a Snakes on the Plane story?
Yes, I love a
doesn't-
Snakes on
no.
a Plane story.
Well, it's what you
let's call
wouldn't expect
Here,
it.
let's call it Sharks on a Plane. Call it Sharks on a Plane so it like goes with our theme.
Sure, but it has no relevance to that. My mother is a flight attendant and she was just visiting and she's like, the other day our flight got delayed because there was a snake on the plane. A snake had gotten loose on the
I
fucking
would
plane.
laugh my ass off.
So I know, she told me, I was like, Mom, do you know what you're fucking saying? Like, she didn't make the connection. And I was freaking out. And she's like, yeah, we just had to get a new plane. It was annoying. I was like, you're never going to find it. And I was like, Mom, no. Snakes on a plane.
Oh my god, if the pilot had come across and been like, sorry, we're not going to be able to leave today because we have got to get this motherfucking snake off this motherfucking plane.
Yes!
I would have lost it. I would have lost it. That would have been the end.
Yeah.
I
So
would have been like, I'm done.
I was like so
Take
fucking
me.
excited.
Jesus, take the
How
wheel.
did she not know that?
I don't know. I don't
I'm
know.
sure-
I think she just wasn't thinking about it. And
my
I was like,
God.
that's the greatest opportunity of your life.
Oh my
Like,
god.
That's
yes. If I was sitting there and they were like, did they tell? I'm sure they didn't tell anybody
Well,
why
I
the
think
flight
it was.
delayed.
It could have been before they boarded, because she said that I think like the crew people found it or saw it and they freaked out and tried to like kill it.
Well, did
but
they
then it
tell
got
people
away.
why the flight was canceled?
I don't know, and that's what I forgot to ask. Like, did you tell them? Like, did you make an announcement?
Because I would have been like, that would have been like the one delay or cancellation that I
yeah.
was okay with.
Yeah.
Where I was just like, yeah, I don't want to get on a plane that's full of snakes. It's like,
Yeah.
I've seen snakes on a plane. It doesn't always turn out right.
it's so great. I know.
Also, I don't want to be on shit. I don't want to be on a plane with a hornet. Like just
No,
anything
locked
that might
in
sting or
with
bite
anything
me.
that's mad and it's like I don't want to be in a confined space and there's all these people. Fuck no.
Yeah, no thank you.
Well, that's why the fear of sharks is scary. It's like in this place.
Well, I would hope there wouldn't be a
And
shark
you're-
on a plane with me. How would it even get there?
Well,
Oh my god, we just wrote the newest movie for sci-fi. So it's sharks on a plane. They're flying a plane, but they're transferring sharks. They can only take them by
it.
plane. And so they're like in the cargo hold in like a giant like tank. But the shark gets angry and it makes it into the fuselage and
my
blah,
gosh.
oh my gosh, people are
That would
getting
be
eaten
cool.
by a shark. Oh my god, cabin pressure, all those weird yellow things fall down. What do?
my
We put it on the
gosh.
person next to us first. Yes, we remember that.
I skipped a child.
Yeah,
no,
I
you
always
put it on
kind of hope
yourself
that I'm.
first and then the person next
No,
to you.
if there's a child next to
no,
you,
no.
you're supposed to
No,
put it
you
on the
administer
child.
your own.
Oh, you're right. You do put it on yourself first. What if you just
Yeah.
put it on you and don't put it on the person next to you?
Survival of the fittest.
Survival
true.
of the fittest. Well, if a child can't, I mean, have you seen Hook? Like, I knew what those things were for because he throws the ball up and it hits it. Man, if you can't figure out that shit goes over your mouth after watching a video and seeing like a weird card about it, and
Well, they reenact it also.
you know those
They
things
do.
only really actually give you air for like this very small amount of time. So you're like, cabin pressure's off. Let's hope you're not falling too long because
Weird.
you're gonna suffocate.
Well, here's the deal.
But you're gonna be really
if your plane's
high and
crashing,
crazy.
you're probably gonna fucking die anyways.
Very true.
So
I'm scared. I'm
Maybe
scared my
it's
time's
nice.
gonna come
I
soon.
mean,
I've
it
been
could
on
be
too many
a very
planes.
lost situation. But
which is
then it
less
goes,
than I. Well,
Then
there's
it
a
goes
lot of
back to, I
romance.
guess, are
No, we
they
have to
dead?
save this for
Are
a
they
plane
dead?
crash episode because like I am so scared of a plane crashing that I have way too much knowledge in my head about plane crashes. So when we talk about it, I'm just going to be like hitting you guys with knowledge. Like, boom, this plane crash. Boom, this plane crash. And you guys are going to be like, what? I'm never
It is
getting on a plane
scary.
again.
Well, number one, I'm never flying with you.
What? Yes, you are. You're flying with me in a
I
month.
am, yes.
Yeah, we'll go
Every
to
time you
Memphis.
fly, your flights get delayed by
do.
like many hours up to days.
Or, yeah, I know. My flights will get canceled. It's just, and it's only when I go to Memphis. Whenever I go to Memphis, Memphis is
Great,
like,
we're
don't.
going to Memphis.
Memphis is like, don't leave. Stay with us. We want you to live here and die here like the rest of us. And I'm just
Do
like,
they talk like that in Memphis?
apparently they're kind of Irish, a little bit Scottish.
Like
Not
vampires
exactly
or
sure.
something.
Maybe it's because I'm actually an O'Neill and I've had some wine. It's just like the
It's
you
just
know,
coming
it's-
out
it's
of
the
ya.
drinker coming out of me.
It's seeping out.
Can we talk about my favorite movie real quick?
Yes.
My fucking favorite.
What is it?
It's fucking Ghost Shark, dude. Ghost Shark. Have you guys seen like the gifs and shit from that?
No.
Oh my god, look them up as I talk about it. Look them up. It's so it's like a sci-fi movie that came out in 2013, and I only saw it because one of my favorite shows ever was always The Soup with Joel McHale. And I would watch it every week.
Love that.
And they were like, they had their clip of the week was a medley. I don't even know if that's the right word. Who cares? But it was like this whole thing of scenes from Ghost Shark, and it was hilarious. I was like, I have to watch this. And it's seriously about a shark that was sadistically tortured and killed by, guess what? Redneck random, water people. And the shark is resurrected as a ghost shark after sinking into a mysterious cave, and the shark comes back hungry for revenge. So, where does the ghost shark hang out? Well, he hangs out in your local swimming pool, bathtubs, buckets, pipes, a drinking cup. At your water station. What are those?
He's little and then he gets big?
No, he just is a ghost. He's just
a spirit of a ghost.
And he just is
a shark.
He's the spirit of a ghost.
That's like
of a shark. He's a conundrum and a conundrum and a conundrum.
There we go.
But yeah, no, he kills a bunch of people, but just like at one point, this guy, I want to say this guy's mopping, I don't remember, but this guy's doing something with a bucket, and he just jumps out of the bucket and eats them. There's like one point where like a kid goes to try to slide into like one of those slip and slide things, and then oh yeah, there you go.
Let me see.
Car wash.
The car wash eats her.
Really fun.
Well, then there's like a kid who goes and does the slip and slide and goes straight into the shark's mouth because it's just a tiny bit of water. Just a tiny bit of water gets it.
That's cute.
But cute. It's great.
How does
then
that get funded? Like, I mean, not as in a negative.
Well,
that's weird.
It ended up becoming kind of successful just because social media was freaking out about how ridiculous the freaking plot was. And all the deaths. It's so fake looking. It's so stupid. This guy like goes up to the like what do they call like when you're in an office building and you stand next to a watering object and you pour yourself a cup of water.
Water cooler?
Yeah, the water cooler. So they go up to like he's like at the water cooler and he's talking to people and he's like, oh, to her, and he takes a sip of his water and the shark literally bursts out of him because the ghost shark is now inside of him. Oh, look up that gif. That one's amazing. I actually posted that on our Instagram. It's cool. Pretty friggin' rad. But Richard Mall, like from whom Night Court ends up playing like a drunken lighthouse keeper who knows how to defeat the ghost shark, and a group of teenagers, like younger people, have to defeat the ghost shark because if they don't, ghost shark's gonna keep killing people, but they have a bunch of obstacles on the way to defeat it. But ghost shark's amazing.
Oh gosh,
it's probably one of the funniest things I've ever seen because it's so stupid. Like Sharknado, you'd think would be like the most legit of shark ridiculousness, but no, Ghost Shark. I'm putting my hand down for Ghost Shark. It's so good. How many times can I say Ghost Shark before like I become one? Did we watch another shark movie? Oh yeah, Pony was supposed to watch The Shallows. I did not watch that.
I wanted to watch that. No, I haven't seen it.
Supposedly it's pretty good. I just don't know if I'm a Blake Lively fan. I'm so indifferent about her.
With her. She's fine.
I didn't watch Gossip Girl. Maybe I would care. Either. Maybe I would care more.
Yeah, I feel like it's one of those things. She's like one of those people you follow. You have to like be on her train, and I'm not.
Yeah, I just don't need
she's fine. I don't have anything against her. What's that one movie with the couple that gets left on the scuba diving
Open Water?
Yeah, that kind of fucked me up a little bit.
I don't know if I haven't seen it or I saw it in my younger years and I was so high or drunk because, kids get down back in the day. I have no idea if I saw it or not. I know the entire plot of it, which makes me think I did see it, but I don't know.
I feel like that every time I watch something.
It's scary.
God, I love it.
I
Dude,
know.
I could watch Mr. and Mrs. Smith 1,000 times and still not remember a fucking thing that happens in it.
Yeah, that's weird.
No, and I love
What's
it.
the
Every time
point of
I
that movie?
watch it, I love it. I
The
love
only
it.
thing you get from that movie is they're fucking like
They're the hottest
having
people in
sex.
the world having
And it's-
sex. Yeah.
and it's mean.
their sexual
and it's
tension
good.
is like the only
Oh
thing
my
I remember
God,
from
I
that
know.
film.
I know.
And
And that's because that's what the point was.
And that's when Brad Pitt was hot.
Great.
That was his. But honestly, he was at his peak with Jennifer Aniston, and they ended right after that.
He had that like really awful
I think
Fight
it's
Club
children.
hair.
Children do things to people, man.
The Fight Club hair was.
I thought he was
perfect.
okay. I thought you were about to
Okay.
say bad things about it. Oh,
No,
you are.
The Fight Club
really
hair
did.
was the jam.
He is so
He
sexy
looks
in Fight Club.
I don't like him when he has like the buzz cut. It makes him look stockier, and I don't like it.
Stockier or like
Yes,
a
like
What? No, I
Stalker.
love it. Like I just want him to get the shit beaten out of him, and then I want him to beat the shit out of my vagina. That's how I feel.
he's
Like,
so
when I
hot
watch
in
that movie.
It's fucking.
He's so hot.
But that's when he was with Jennifer Aniston. She got him at the fucking top, man.
Well, he was young. He was young. It's the children, man. It's the children.
Yeah, well, once
because when he
'cause
got
he's
with
sad.
Angelina Jolie, she had already adopted.
I think she's like a vampire. Or what's that
She
called?
might
Where
be
she
a
sucks
vampire.
the life out of people.
Emotional vampire.
Succubus.
Oh, a succubus, but they do it in a sexy way.
Well,
yeah.
she's pretty sexy.
Yeah. Well, she was.
Children
She's
do that
just
to
like
you.
Children do that
Wild,
to
man.
you. Well,
Don't
we'll
do
get to
it.
that. We'll get
She's
to that
got
later.
a lot. But also, okay, Jaws is the best movie of all
Oh
time, in my
yeah,
opinion.
we haven't talked about Jaws.
That's like my favorite movie
oh my god,
just
you know
in general.
I think what's his face is sexy in that.
Richard Dreyfuss? Hello?
Oh my god, Richard. Oh, we just like yelled into the
Sorry.
microphone.
I have a framed picture of him in my room.
Oh my god, Richard Dreyfuss is so sexy in that movie, and I watch it and I'm just like, holy crap!
And it's fucking denim
and then
tuxedos.
I remember
Give
Mr.
me
Holland's
some.
Opus, and I'm like, what am I doing? What am I
He's
doing?
good.
No.
He's hot.
He's so hot with his little.
She's so hot.
Although I think you'd be taller than him, right?
Yes. But
okay.
he's got the beanie.
But
he's got the
he's got the
glasses,
beanie, the
he's
glasses,
got
he's
the denim.
scruffy.
Oh, he's so hot in that.
Oh my god.
No, that movie is incredible. I love Steven Spielberg. I think there's a lot of people who don't love him.
I love Steven
But I
Spielberg.
love Steven Spielberg. And there's the opening of that movie is one of my favorites of all time.
Oh, it's great.
And like there's the sounds. Sorry,
It's like,
that.
it's like on the tier with like Halloween, just great openings
the
where somebody fucking
sounds.
dies.
Well, and like, oh yeah, because that girl dies right away. I'm thinking of the intro where like all the kids are at the beach and you hear that like you're kind of going through the water. Like the camera's going through the water,
right,
you're going
yeah.
above and below water. And if you go to Burning Springs, you can experience that sound. You sit at the end in the water, and it's just like the sounds in Jaws. It's
I don't want to
fucking
experience
weird.
that.
It's cool though, where it's like the kids yelling, and then you go underwater and it's muffled, and like the colors in that movie, and the fucking. It's so good when Quint tells the fucking story of the USS Indianapolis, which actually fucking happened. When they're on the boat, where all the men, where the ship sank and all the men are in the water, and like they're just sharks.
Oh wait,
It's fucking real.
Is that the one where like they believed that at least 100 people had died by being eaten by sharks?
We watched a Shark Week. We watched a part of it last night, but there was a Shark Week. Like Ashley bought a 10-year-old one because it was like
Which is
$5.
so random. Like why?
Yeah, I don't know. We just like sharks, and they told the story of it, and like. So a lot of the men died via shark attacks, and then like a lot of them died just from exposure and all that shit, and the sharks were just fucking eating them. And like they were like, they had this dude who was talking about it, and he was like, you could just hear screaming all fucking night. If you couldn't sleep because you're in fucking cold ass water, it's pitch black, shit's constantly bumping into your legs, and then yeah, people are being fucking eaten, and you
I'd
don't
make a
want to move
body
away
raft,
from the pack.
man. I'd take a bunch of
It was
bodies
like-
and weave them together and just get on top of them.
But the scene in Jaws where Quint tells that fucking story is so intense because it's like they're all wasted,
Oh, yeah.
and then like this
Yeah,
weird
yeah.
feeling comes over them, and he just tells the fucking
I hate
story.
that he dies.
I know, but he's kind of like a fucking loon, so
I
you kind of know.
but
what's gonna
I like
happen.
my loons, man. I'm kind of a loon.
Oh, that movie's so goddamn.
I still want to
good.
do Jaws on the water.
I know it's expensive.
It's
though.
so
Like,
expensive.
fucking.
Why does it cost so much money to be scared these days?
I don't know, but I think that's one of my.
I mean, I get
things
scared
I
being
wanna
in
do.
water normally. I don't
Me
think
too.
a shark's gonna come Well, I don't know. As I've learned in the past 24 hours, sharks can appear anywhere. So
They really can go in
really where you least expect it.
Lakes. There's some golf courses in Australia where there are sharks in the like water traps.
Oh my god, Australia's fucking terrifying.
It's full of criminals and things that want to kill you.
You can't really get into the water there because there's sharks everywhere. And I saw whatever.
Great whites.
What is the Olsen twins movie where they're in Australia and they're just hanging out?
Sealed.
Oh my god, and they're just hanging out at the beach, and I'm like, ugh, lies.
Yeah.
Because I've read about Australia. You can't
There's
do that there.
sharks
There's
all up in
literally
there.
sharks everywhere.
Okay,
And don't
you
they have,
can't
like,
do
box
anything in
jellyfish, too?
Australia. My friend sent me a
There's
picture.
spiders or snakes.
Yes, she was getting in the shower and there was a spider the size of her palm in the shower. No, thank you.
Absolutely not.
No,
I don't
thank
think
you.
New
so.
Zealand's probably pretty chill though.
Oh, I love New
Right?
Zealand. I think maybe I've never been
I
there,
think
but I
it's
want
like
to go
the
there.
cool- it
Flight of
doesn't
the
have as
Conchords
many
makes me
deadly-
think everybody's great there.
Australia looks beautiful.
Yes,
though,
Lord
let's
of
say.
the Rings.
and
Oh my
also
gosh,
like
film there.
they're
It's
it's so
absolutely
Lord of the Rings
is
is
filmed
in the
in New Zealand.
landscape. That's New Zealand.
Oh, we're still talking about New Zealand.
Well, both. I said I don't know which one I said, but I think both are probably beautiful.
Oh.
The deserts of Australia have to be gorgeous, deadly but gorgeous, like the red.
everything's
sand.
deadly there. I don't know how
Yeah.
people have survived living there for so long. So some fun shark facts, guys. They have super good hearing. Everything we've seen in these movies is actually true. They can hear shit from like really fucking far away.
And their sense of smell is they can like smell blood, like a drop of blood in the water from like a mile away.
Yeah, but sometimes there's a chance that they'll come up and they'll see like something large that they don't want to fuck with, and they're just like, another day.
So is it the blood? Do they smell it?
They smell it.
They smell it. Okay.
I think it's like a smell taste thing.
Okay.
yeah,
Good to know.
But I think it's smell.
most of them are pretty social too. Like, you know, the movies make it seem like they're just like loners who just go after fucking killing people, revenge, all sorts of stuff. But for the most part, most species are actually pretty social. But that's another question that scientists haven't actually figured out. They're not sure if they're truly social creatures or if it just seems like they are, or if some of them are and some of them aren't, because they don't actually really fully understand how sharks use their brains, like what they're thinking. You know, we kind of have a general idea of what a lot of animals, like what their point is, what they're doing, but sharks are kind of a bit of I'm gonna say conundrum again. Like, it appears as though they don't really sleep as much as they shut off one part of their brain while another part of the brain keeps going. I mean, there's types of fish that just float around. They're asleep, but their body keeps going. So
Ooh, I like
yeah,
that.
isn't that pretty
That's
crazy?
Super cool.
Man, this on the thing I watched last night, they were talking about, because it was this family, it was so funny because it was like 10 years old, and it was this like documentary or this segment about this family who studies sharks, and the grandpa is like so wildly misogynistic to the point where you're like he would not be allowed on TV today, and it's fucking crazy. But it's the mom, the dad, the grandpa, and then they have 3 young boys named Wilder, Storm, and Cruz. They were like these
okay.
bleach blonde little
What?
Australian. Yeah. Oh, so fucking cute.
It's like,
And they're
I'm
getting
Wilder.
Well, Wilder became the youngest.
He became the youngest. He wasn't
He
just born
became
that.
the youngest shark, youngest to dive in a shark cage ever. And he was like, they're getting out there to go, and they made a special mini shark cage for the kids to go in.
Oh, that's
and
fun.
he's
That
like,
sounds
he's
safe.
kind of freaking out, and like, they're like, Wilder, are you nervous? He's like, yeah. He's like, he's about to go in a fucking shark cage.
I feel like he actually said, yeah,
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 yeah, I think so.
yeah. He got real British just then.
But they did said something because they were tracking these sharks, and this one shark went like on a 9,000-mile journey in 2 months.
You know, they actually
They go so far.
Well, they don't know why. They don't know why they migrate, because there's no reason as to why they would migrate so far. It's not like you know how some different species will like birds go down for the winter, or this one goes down, you know, like, hey, I'm cold, I'm gonna go somewhere where it's warmer, I'm gonna do, you know, hey, there's no more food right here, I'm gonna move to somewhere where there's food. They don't know why, because there's no specific reason why these sharks are migrating all over the place.
Well, I don't know, this probably has nothing to do with it, but don't sharks also, like, if they aren't having constant water passing through their gills, they'll die? Like, they
know
always have to
that.
be in motion, I think.
Really?
I
I
think
don't
that's
know
a
that.
thing.
You should Google that.
No, but I'm pretty sure that's real.
I think you should Google it while I ask Christina this question. So, boom, you're in a saltwater lake. All of your sweet college friends are drinking it up all around the keg, and you're like, I'm gonna go for a swim in the lake because, like I just said, you're in the lake. You're already there.
I'm
Okay,
there.
you're there. You're in the lake. You have one of those weird like noodle things. You're just floating around on it, and
I
you
have
feel
to. I can't swim.
You feel like something tug you. What is it? What I mean, what is it? What just tugged you? Is it a shark? Could it? Oh my God, Christina, it's a shark. What do you do?
I panic.
No, you need to know.
No, you need to know what you're gonna do. What are you gonna do?
Shark Week ever?
Yeah. What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna punch it and swim away.
Yes.
In
we
the
punch
nose
it.
and
In
damage the
nose.
eyes.
And damage the eyes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Someone did
Not a
that
fan
in
of not seeing.
Deep Blue Sea.
He stabbed him with the
LOL
cross.
with his cross. Yeah.
Yeah, they do that
Badass.
in like a lot of shark movies. People
Yeah.
people
That's
just
what you're
start,
supposed to do. You
You're
hit
supposed
them
to
in the
punch the
nose
shit
and
out of the
the
nose,
eyes.
which
Yeah.
doesn't always work. It's the same thing as like a bear's attacking, curl into a ball. A bear's attacking, fight for your life. You know, like it's not always gonna work. I mean, a shark might just be like, I'm gonna eat
I
you.
feel like
Yeah.
I'd be a shark's appetizer.
Yeah.
But
They don't want to kill humans, so they usually think we're seals. Okay, wait, but I found this information.
I like how you said that so nonchalantly.
Well, because they're killed at an alarming rate because shark fin soup is bad. It's a whole thing. Okay,
Shark soup?
shark fin soup. They literally
I would never eat
hunt
that.
sharks all the
Is it-
time.
is it that good?
Cut off their fucking fins,
Yeah.
throw their dead bodies in the water, and they're like, thanks.
yeah,
And
sea
it's-
shepherds. Check out the
Wait, I'm
sea
confused.
shepherds.
How good is this soup?
It's like some delicacy.
Is this like one of those delicacies
Yeah.
where you like eat brains or poop
Yes.
and it actually tastes like shit? But
Probably.
it's so like hard to come by.
But it's tragic because they're like damaging these populations of sharks because fuck. Yeah, and they just dump their fucking bodies and they leave them to die. Okay, this says obligate ram ventilators are sharks that have lost the ability and the necessary anatomy for buccal pumping and instead can only respire using ram ventilation. Sharks from this group, which includes great whites, makos, and whale sharks, would indeed die from lack of oxygen if they stopped swimming. That's why it's really hard to have great whites in captivity, or that's part of the reason. Also,
also it's fucking terrifying.
start bumping into the same shit over and over and over, and they eventually like just get brain damage.
Well,
it's like,
I mean,
yeah,
captivity of any kind.
they get bored.
True.
It's like
True.
SeaWorld, where all these like killer
terrible.
whales snap shit and start killing their trainers, and they're like, "Oh, these fucking animals are
You
so
know,
wild."
I went to SeaWorld when I
No.
was a kid, and I have zero memory of it. Zero memory of it. I think we had pictures at some point of us there, and I wasn't at that point in any way fascinated by fish, large or small, so I didn't quite understand why we were there. I think that was like when Free Willy is that a
scared
thing?
of- yes.
Free Willy,
I'm
yes.
scared
Yeah,
of
that
whales.
was like fucking huge, so everybody's like, "Oh my god, orcas."
Free Willy's the shit.
But I had read Moby Dick, so I was like, "But
Yeah.
are we actually
Killer
fighting
whales
them?"
are ugh. But yeah, they shouldn't. I understand the intention of like wanting to bring wildlife to the general public, like things that not everyone
Well,
gets
and
exposed
some
to.
things
but
actually, like when it comes to certain zoos and like wildlife, what is it called?
like
What do they call them?
reserves, and, or is that
Sanctuaries.
preserve?
Sanctuaries, yeah,
Sanctuaries.
like sanctuaries
It's
are
very
really good for
limited,
like
though.
Yeah.
like
I think it's
big
good
cats and
intentions,
stuff.
bad execution.
Yeah.
But like, let's just like be like, hey, that was a bad idea. We'll stop now. You know.
So, what's your favorite shark attack? Like, let's go shark attack kills out of all the movies we've seen involving
all the
sharks.
movies?
Like, I mean, I would hope you wouldn't have a fave
I just
real
talked
life
about
one
it.
that's kind of
I
freaky.
just talked about it when the dad Skarsgård.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna say that one.
It's incredible and absolutely
Yes.
unforgettable. When he gets his arm bit off by the shark, they're trying to airlift him out on a stretcher. He's got oxygen on. So something happens. The shark like breaks the thing, right?
Yeah.
And he falls into the water. Then the shark grabs onto a stretcher and the dude can live underwater because he's got the oxygen tank. And slams him full force. I'm getting away from the thing. Into the fucking glass, like, viewing wall in the facility. And
Yeah.
It's so cool.
Oh, is that when
because-
it like bursts through and
Yeah.
everybody
Yeah.
turns around? It's like, oh shit.
Because he's on his stretcher and it's metal, so he like jams him in.
Okay, yeah,
And then
that's
he's
like
just,
the main big scene that I
He's
remember.
also
it's
just
so
like
good.
his
Ow.
face is just like watching his girlfriend, like the like other scientist that he's boning, and he's just like watching her with his like oxygen mask, and she's like heartbreaking, and it's like, run for your life, bitch.
yeah.
It's so crazy.
It's so good though. That's I'd have to say that's mine too.
It's unforgettable.
Good, for sure. That shark
I'm
is like,
gonna-
I'm gonna fucking
you
kill
know-
your friend and all of you.
You know, I was gonna do my ghost shark, something from my ghost shark, which I absolutely adore. But I'm gonna go with the original shark attack from fucking Jaws, like where that girl is like, let's go skinny dipping with all of her 70s
so
glory.
funny.
And she runs and jumps into the water and she becomes like a water dancer, just back and forth, oh, where'd she go? And
then
just
the dude's wasted
titties
on the
flying,
beach.
titties flying back and forth.
It's so
Love
funny.
it.
Yes, love it. Yes, no, that is. I think that's my favorite. I think it's my favorite. I don't want to say. I think that's what I would consider best kill.
Best kill.
Best kill faux show. Okay, guys. Killer sharks, smart sharks, ghost sharks, tornado sharks. What would you? Sharks. Different types of sharks over here. What would you be most afraid of?
I like that.
Yeah, I don't even know what kind of accent that is, but it came out.
It's good.
Tell me what kind of sharks you don't like. Sharks.
You should use that next time we go out.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna make so many new friends.
This is my friend
No,
over here.
but it's you have to be in one of these movies. You have to fight one of these
Like,
things.
what are
are you
my
fighting?
best chances?
Yeah.
Or-
What do you
okay.
think? Like what are you least afraid of? I guess, or which one's the scariest one? Which one do you absolutely not want to have to? Which shark do you not want to have to fight?
I like that. That's very comforting.
I know,
the
right?
ghost shark
I'm making
doesn't
you
seem like
I'm
a
making
fair
you so much
fight.
more comfortable.
I feel like Ghost Shark is. It sounds pretty terrifying
like-
because then it's
But I
like
feel
Because it can be
Christina would
anywhere,
pretty
that's
okay,
not
okay
bad.
because she's very spiritual and she has crystals, and I feel like she could like somehow save it with crystals, maybe.
I don't know. I don't like that whole situation. I think I would have to jump in Jaws. I'd want to be in that whole body.
You didn't like the ghost shark situation.
No, like I want to like be living that glorious time of like free and lucky. Wait, not free and lucky. Happy go lucky? I don't
Yeah.
know. Yeah.
The town seems fucking cool.
See, no, I think I'm smart sharks. Like I don't want to deal with smart
Yeah,
sharks
because they're already really
ghost sharks, I'm
intelligent.
like, sweet, stay away from water.
Well, yeah. I mean,
Like,
like
I
I don't
took
want
a
to go
drink
around the
of water
smart where the shark's
died.
gonna
I'm
outsmart
I'm
me.
not gonna drink any water. Well, it doesn't say like beer or wine or anything. I'll just be drunk all the time.
So then we're fine.
Yeah, and we'll just get fucking wasted and avoid the ghost shark.
Yeah.
What if they're
Smart
all?
sharks, I
What if
think,
they're
are the
all
ones to
attacking
avoid.
us? They're all attacking us. Maybe we can convince the smart sharks to attack the killer sharks. Oh, but then a sharknado hits. What do we do when the sharknado hits?
Well, we can't ask Portia because she gets killed. Portia Williams. No one. Okay.
No.
I did
I haven't
watch
watched that in
I wa-
forever.
I watched
I've never
a good.
saw it.
I just
good
remember
part
that
of it.
there's like one point where they're like going up the stairs of like a townhome or a house or something, and the water's filling up and a shark's trying to go up the stairs, and I was just like, what?
Oh.
What?
I think I made a fib. I think I watched Sharknado 3.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wasn't
Sharknado
Tara
too
Reid in that
many.
one?
Yes. Yes.
That poor girl.
Yes.
Whatever.
Oh my
She
god.
had her time.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Very true.
Anyways, you know what? But here's the cool thing about sharks: they're in water. And I
Yeah.
don't have to be. That's not my domain.
But you are water.
yeah,
Dun dun dun.
they're just.
So hey kids, what did we learn today? What did we learn?
Cookie cutter sharks.
Cookie cutter sharks make cookies.
Cookie cutter sharks.
Cookie cutter sharks. Delicious.
Love them. No,
Uh.
cookie cutter sharks look like angry penises. I learned that
They do look
today.
like angry penises.
1, 2.
Yeah, I mean, It's
There
sad.
are lots
Sharks
of
are
sharks.
scary.
There are lots of sharks. They're scary.
But you know what?
But they're,
we still
for the
gotta
most part, they're
respect
pretty
and
harmless.
protect.
They're pretty harmless.
Very true. Shout out to the sea shepherds.
Yeah.
Check them out. Saving all the sharks all
Because
over.
they deserve to be saved.
Very true.
They're just trying to live.
All right, guys. In the words of Samuel L. Jackson, we have got to get these motherfucking sharks off this motherfucking plane. It's our new movie. It's our new movie.
Yeah.
Sharks on a plane. Sharks on a plane. All right, guys. Stay woke.